So yes, definitely it covers all your whatever you are going to see in TP203 as a data engineer. Almost all the topics will cover. You can consider as 80% it will cover. So in certification, nobody will ask you about how much percentage you got the marks, whether you cleared that certification or not. There is a cutoff for that certification. Minimum 50% you need to clear off that certification. Okay. Definitely I'll give you that details about your DP203 and your data or Azure associate. You can go for those certifications. And moreover here is, and this class regularly we are starting as I said 8 a.m. So, and there are some almost one group is found in WhatsApp. So this is a second demo we are planning for it, and this will be start from Monday, the regular classes. Okay, this today and tomorrow. Today I'll take some basic theoretical basic. We'll understand what components we're working in Azure and how the flow it is. What is a BI process? What we do in BI? What are the tools that we are going to see? What are the services that we have? These details we will be discussing in our regular this next two demos. Okay, and from regular classes we'll focus more on data factory. Okay, if people are not share your details, please share your details in the chat box. So we'll start the class in bit moment. Please share meantime share your details in the chat box.
I shared my details in the chat box.
All right, if it is shared, no issues, you can ignore it.
Yeah. So normally, how long the class goes every day?
Every day it will take 1 hour, Monday to Saturday you'll have classes.
Okay,
The
Monday to
course
Saturday.
yes, the course
Mm.
duration is around 45 to 50 days.
Okay,
Every day we have 1 hour of class except the Sundays.
okay, sure. If we miss the class, we'll be getting the recordings, right?
Definitely we'll provide the complete materials, the notes. Notes means mostly we focus in our regular class 1 hour class is practical session. Definitely we have a proper notes, proper document, and daily basis whatever we are discussing, the recordings I'll provide so that you'll have more, because here we are working on GUI based.
Yeah.
So definitely I'll provide all the recordings, 45 50 days recording I'll provide. So today I'll go through your services, what we are discussing, what are the topics, the BI process, BI, what is cloud, what is Azure. These basic things we'll discuss for today's class. And definitely whatever discussing in today's class, I'll cover tomorrow's class practically. Okay. Our main key role of this course is data factory. Okay. We'll be focusing on data factory. The people who are from Power BI background, reporting background, they must have to know basic ETL tool knowledge. Without having ETL tool knowledge, there is no interview for reporting developer as well. Any reporting tool, not only I'm targeting to the Power BI developers, any tool, whether it's a Cognos, SSRS, Tableau, ClickView, or Power BI. So if you want to get it scheduled, definitely you need to add some your ETL points in your resume. Okay. So there are a lot of opportunity on ETL that I'll show you. I'll keep you posted in the WhatsApp group. A lot of opportunities we have on Data Factory, not only from our Indian region, there are different regions like MEA and APAC. From different countries, we have a lot of opportunities. Okay. So whatever we will discuss today, definitely I'll cover that into practical in tomorrow's class. In detail level, I'll explain. Okay. So this Azure is one of our cloud service. Okay. This is your cloud service. Whatever we are doing in the on-premises development, whatever we are doing in the on-premises development, that same thing we develop in the cloud. So guys, whoever is joined now, please share your details in the chat box. Okay. I hope everyone can able to see my complete screen. If anyone having any issue with my voice or screen, please let me know. All right. So before going to this, what is data? Definitely, you people are here for Azure Data Factory. There is no doubt. Okay. Before going to Data Factory, ETL, Azure Data Factory ETL, let's wait for some time. I'll explain what is Data Factory, what is ETL, what is practically. I'll tell you. Okay. Before going to this, any BI tool. Okay. When you are looking for a job, when you are working for any BI tool, whether you are working for SSRS, whether you're working for reporting, whether you're working for an IBM tool, Tableau, ClickView, there are a lot of tools we have in the market. Informatica ETL tool, some data stage, some SSIS model, okay, and there is a ClickView. And if I give you, there are a lot of tools currently which we have in a market, okay. MSBA, which comes under again three model, as I said, SSIS, RS, and ES. So why people are looking towards the Azure BI or a data factory? Definitely, there is no doubt, as I said, there is a cloud tool. So there is some benefits with this cloud tools. No one will directly move to a clouds this rapidly. So these all are on-premises tools. These all are traditional tools generally. So currently we are don't know and we cannot predict the data are into different formats. Data are nowadays into different formats. Earlier, okay, still we are handling the data into some structure format like your CSV, TXT, Excel, your databases. Still we can handling some relational databases, proper structure format, max to max, the XML data. But in current situation, in any application, it generates into different formats and there is a lot of sources we have currently. The data may comes from your different databases. The data may come from your JSON file, unstructured file, semi-structured file, Parquet file, your XML format, your raw format, or any other storages like cloud storages or on-premises storages, Oracle, or any other databases. So when you go to this tool, when you work with this BI tool, you always deal with the data. And before going to this data, you need to understand what actually the BI process is. Later we'll discuss what is the Azure and what are the different cloud providers in the current market. Okay. And what are the types of clouds currently. Okay. And what are the different deployments methods. These points we'll discuss this later. Before that, we'll understand what is BI and what is BI process. and what is the BA process. If you understand these two things, if you understand this two process, two BA or BA process, you can jump to any of these tools. So all the tools will work as a BA process only. All the tool will work as BA process, but each tool have specific dedicated some specific work. This is just a tool. We are not developing any software. We are learning about just a specific tool. That how the tool will work, we are learning it in this course. We are not developing anything softwares and all to code multiple things to develop some kind of application. No, the already this is developed tools. By using developed tools, we are helping to the company, we are helping to the business. Anyone know what is a BA or BA process?
Yeah, yes, yes, Vinay. Yeah.
Yeah. What is BA process or BA? What is BA?
BA is it's kind of a business intelligence tool where we can extract the data from different sources and present the data in the form of okay different kinds of dashboards, reports actually. So that is the business BA process.
Hmm. Yeah.
So oh yeah, what okay the demo is for actually it's a BA any specific tool you are targeting. I don't know what is your good name actually. But
Yeah. So yes, definitely we will be targeting one specific tool called Azure Data Factory.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Coming to my background,
Mm-hmm.
let me tell you
Okay.
initially. I'll tell you this later of the session. If you ask, okay, I'll tell you. So yes, definitely we will be targeting the Data Factory ETL tool, and along with we will be targeting to your Azure Data Engineer DP203. Okay,
Mhm.
DP
Okay.
T203. That is, you can go and check in the Microsoft portal certifications for Azure Data Engineering. So most of the concepts will come from the Data Factory only when you go with the DP203. And yes, definitely we will be targeting only on this specific tool. Yes, there are a lot of services in Azure. There are a
Correct.
lot of services like data lake, blob storages, Synapse, Synapse Analytics,
Mhm.
data lake analytics, data lake, Gen 1, Gen 2. There are a lot of services. So yes, definitely by using those all services, we will be targeting to our data factory ETL tool. This is one of the BI tool currently it is using in all the companies for cloud purpose. Okay, which supports any format of data.
Mhm.
Which supports any format of data that I'll give you that will not support in your any kind of traditional tools. So if you want any kind of data that you want to perform, yes, Power BI still you have that is also from Microsoft product, but this is just a reporting tool. We cannot do some ETL operations. You just extract by using your data set and you do some analysis, you do some visualization, you do some reporting. That's it. So to work with these people or to work with this reporting also, we required a proper data to be arranged in specific format. So nowadays, as I said, we cannot predict any kind of format. Yes, definitely the data comes into any format structure. There may be a semi-structure, there may be unstructured. So any data comes, you are responsible to make into proper proper information that helps the business users to take business decisions. This is what we will be doing under BI process. Okay. So coming to my background, yes, as you ask, I'm currently having complete 10 years into BI profile and I worked for Wipro. I currently work, I work for IBM and the client was Henkel, which is a product-based company. Currently, I'm working for one of the company called Digitrol, which is in Hyderabad in Skyview. Okay, I'm working completely into BI profile. I started working as a SQL monitoring as associate. Then I started working in the MSBI profile. After MSBI, I was started working in Azure BI, where I'm completely involved into end-to-end business process. Completely we call as BI stack. So here it is involved from requirement to deliver the reports I'll be handling. So currently I'm working as a assistant manager in this company. I'm leading almost 7 members of team, 6 to 7 members of team we have. Under that, we'll be working on different profiles that maybe in small companies you may have multiple chance to work in multiple technologies. So that is what, as I said, I'm working completely MSBA stack, Azure BA stack, where it is involved end-to-end business process. So when you go to the MNCs, there you won't find the multiple things to work. If you are hired for data factory, you have to dedicatedly work on data factory. If you're working for Power BI, you have to work on Power BI. You cannot go directly jump to other tools. You cannot work other profiles. Yes, when you comes to the small level few companies, you have to involve in all the things. Okay, so you can go and check my profile in LinkedIn. You'll find all my details. Okay,
Yeah,
so I don't keep to
I
tell
have
all
a question, sir.
details. Yeah, go ahead.
So, could you tell me the difference between Azure Data Factory, Databricks, and Power BI? Because
Definitely.
everything is reporting, right? What is the difference between these two?
No reporting here. Just keep in mind that only the Power BI is reporting. No
Oh,
other tools are reporting.
okay, okay, got it.
Power BI is only the reporting. There is no reporting in Data Factory. There is no reporting in Databricks. Databricks is a platform which help you to perform your operations, data operations. Yes, some sort of on the fly you can do some kind of charts. You can analyze there itself, but it is not a reporting tool.
Okay,
Databricks is also a kind of development tool where you can develop, you can engage different formats of data, different connectivities you can connect into that. You can run your Python, your PySpark jobs where it will involve kind of data kind of migrations or data kind of engaged. And on top of that, yes, definitely you can do some sort of reporting, not that reporting which you do in the visualization different format, which schedule, which send to the clients. No, some sort of analysis you want to do. Yeah, you can do some sort of analysis, but it is not a reporting tool, guys. Databricks is not a reporting tool. Data Factory is not a reporting tool. These tools are completely data modeling tools or ETL tools we call. Okay, got it. I hope you people are some sort of level of experience. Yes, definitely. I'll cover all the points, but the people who are non-technical, for them also I'm targeting it. If I directly explain what is Databricks, Data Factory, and other stuff, the non-technical persons, non-technical people will hear, will not understand. Okay. Definitely, whatever your questions is there, just give me some time. I'll answer your all your questions. Okay. All right. So I hope you people know what is BA process or BA. Yes, you said correctly. Some sort of things that we manage all the data and we help to the business. See, data may come from different process. Data may come from different areas. What we do, we gather that information, we gather that data, whatever the format comes. Let's take basic example. I'll not go much technically. Let's take a basic example, okay? Which is the best to here to explain you the example. If you take any kind of supermarket, okay? This is the best example for non-technical who people not know about what is BA or what is BA process. If you know these 2 points, tool is very easy. Whatever the tool it is easy. If you understand the process, what is useful, why there is a lot of opportunity on BA. This is not like a software. This is not like a development. Yes, you do develop inside the tool. That is what, even the software go up and down, you have a lot of opportunities on BA profiles. They are paying lakhs of salary. I'll show you that offer letters also, don't worry. In the next session, I'll show you. Minimum 25 to 30 lakhs they are paying. And that offer letter, I'll show you, recent offer letter. That too for just 8 years of experience. That leave about that, let's understand first process and then I'll show you the offer letters and all. Okay. So let's understand the first BI process and then you can see what tool is fit for you. So generally the BI process, let's suppose I started a business. Example, I started a business. I hope everyone can able to see the screen, the no paintbrush. All right. So let's suppose I'm a owner of this company. I started the business called supermarket. Let's take example called DMart. Okay, supermarket. What we do in the supermarket, generally customers comes, purchase the products, right? So if customer come to this store, customer purchase some product, what happen? You have to do some sort of billings. If you see in that billing area, you'll have some systems. They in the system they have connected with some applications. That is nothing but some more sort of billing applications they have. That is developed in Java, .NET, C#. That is it is not our headache. So whenever they purchase a product through barcode, they'll capture that information about product details. What is the price of that product? What is the quantity he purchased? What is the discount amount he have? What is the color of that product? All information will capture. So that information will be stored under one storage account. That information, whatever you are submitted that information, whatever you submitted that information will store under one storage account. Okay. So that storage account may be depend upon to company, depend upon company to company. They want to use in the files, they'll use the files like TXT, CSV, JSON, or they want to store in databases, they'll go with databases, Oracle, SQL, MS SQL. No, they have a good at budget, they'll go with a cloud storages, data lake, or some blob storages, some Azure SQL storages. Depend. Depend their business, they'll select the storages. And this storage we generally call as OLTP storage. Whatever you are performing online, whatever you're submitting, at the same time the data is processing over here in the storage account. Because every day we get millions of transactions. I cannot store in local system. So that is what with the connectivity, the moment you submit, it will store in the one storage account. So if I invested a lot of money into the business on supermarket, definitely he want to know whether I'm generating the revenue or I'm not generating the revenue, I'm going in the loss. Okay. They want the report. These users are want the report. And these people, the business people, they never see which which customer purchase what product. They never see on customer level. They always see the reporting on high level of reporting. Okay. High level of reporting. High level of reporting means the daily wise revenue, monthly wise revenue, yearly sales, product wise sales, which is getting sell. And they also just want a graph. They never see on the specific table level. They always see whether going up, whether going down, on what level they can check, they'll filter out. This is we call high level of reporting. So this directly we cannot generate the report. We cannot write a queries. If we ask you, sir, I want 2 years of data in graph, I cannot generate directly because the business is going on. Morning it is started 8 a.m. It will close 9 p.m. If I started morning 8 a.m., it will close 9 p.m. So till that I cannot disturb this business or databases because the transactions are going on. The DML operations are going on. Somebody, they are new customer, they are inserting the data. Somebody wants to update, return the product, they'll update it. Somebody, they will delete the products, details, the customer details. So these operations, when you are performing some operations, you don't want to write some SQL queries. If you know SQL select statement also, I don't want to, the performance will be having some degradations when you write, when it is processing the data, because it is already occupied some resources. So what generally we do here is, we involve a BI developers here. We involved a BI. Definitely you can write a SQL query. There is no doubt. Once the store is closed 9 p.m., you can write a select query. You can get the report. You design in Excel, even though if I don't know Power BI reporting or Cognos reporting, I'll do in the Excel. I know good at Excel. I'll generate the data in Excel and I will share this data to the client. Now earlier what happened? Earlier 10 years back, 12 years back, even bank people they're maintaining in Excel, credited, deposited. Later next day they're updating in the live server. So this you can treat like this is a live server. But nowadays they want to analyze the historical data also, and they want quick reporting also. So that is the reason we involved here as ETL developers. We required ETL developers. The ETL developers will extract the data, whatever the data it is, whether it's a files, whether it's a databases, whether it's a cloud databases, whether it's a cloud storage, anything. I'm going to hire a ETL developer, a good ETL tool, and I'm going to extract this data and I'm going to clean that data. What? Because these are data, the some, let's suppose you are using the country, this data is stored in country. India people, they are using files. Databases are using some other countries. USA they are using. Cloud they are using some other countries. So all data I have to transform, I have to clean them, I have to keep it in the single storage. If tomorrow this person is ask you, please provide me the data for country wise, they want to see the data. Country wise revenue, they want to see how much transactions you are getting it. How are you going to get this information? India country is coming from files, UK data coming from cloud, USA data coming from some other region. So this is difficult to extract all the things, and we require different developers to understand all these requirements. So that is what we do generally in the ETL area. We transform them, we properly clean them, we manage them, we restrict the data, whatever is there. Whatever the transformation is done with the same data, we're going to load in one of the area called data warehouse or database. So in this area, what we are doing it, we'll be managing this data warehouse. Either we load the data in a specific format, in specific database we load. Okay, either you can consider this is your data warehouse, and some people what they do, they load the data under data marts. So there is a specific databases. Here there is a specific database. Here there is a specific database. If you are working for UK, you will have a specific database. So either you can directly load here. This is one of the option. You connect one more reporting tool and load. No, I want to connect once the data is pushed here. I want to load from here. So this is your data warehouse we call. So here we maintain historical data, historical data, and only readable data. We don't do any write operations. We don't do anything here. Only it maintains the historical data. And this is something called data marts. So this is also database, but specific purpose. So in this data warehouse, you are maintaining the historical data. Historical data you are maintaining. The 5 years, 10 years of data you are maintaining. 10 years of data. If a reporting developer, any reporting developer, if I ask, please generate the report for UK reports. What UK, this reporting developer will do? Instead of reporting generating, what that people do, they also take this query. They'll take this query. They'll take this query instead of running manually. Simply they'll keep this query inside a report. What their work is, they just to write basic queries, and whatever the queries are there, they just have to place this query inside of reporting. Whether you use Power BI reporting, whether you use SSRS report, what they do, just they write a query. Report is nothing but the query. Whether you use SSRS, whether you use Cognos, whether you use any reporting tool, they need to have basic again on SQL, good at SQL. Then only they will extract the data from here. They'll analyze this data. They will create a visualizations. They will share to the end user. But when you take the data from historical data, there is a huge volume of data. That is the reason what we do. We load, if you are working for a specific country, India region, If you're working for a specific country, UK, only that specific region data we do reporting. That is called data marts. Some company like JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, these people have business data. They use the cubes formats. They use the cube technologies. They use the cube databases. Instead of that, they store into multiple dimensions. So it will be more faster to analyze for the reporting. So these are all techniques for reporting purpose. Reporting will not do anything. These people will have to get the data from here, either here, or they have to take it from the database. So these are all things to generate the reports. And anywhere, if you go, either you want to load the data in the cubes, you require ETL. Whether you want to load the data in data marts, you require ETL. Whether you want to load the data from sources, we required ETL. Whether you want to load the data from data warehouse also, we required ETL. So that is what it involved in multiple areas. You are not going to work only on this one. If you comes to the reporting tool, you have to generate all the areas reporting. But coming to your data factory ETL, either you will be working in this area, either you will be working in this area, either you will be working on in this area. So any area you work, you have a ETL development. So this all whatever we are doing it to share the report to the end user, this is all we are processing it. So this is completely involved into end-to-end business process, end-to-end business stack in on-premises. Currently, we are using this stack in on-premises. So to achieve this one, we required systems, we required storages. On-premises, if you want to set up these all things, in on-premises to set up all these things, what we required? We required physical system, physical storage, separate team is required who is accessing the physical, or maintenance team is required separately. And this is not like just if you allocated 250 GB for your storage account. If tomorrow you want to increase transactions are getting high, you cannot increase easily. You require approvals, you require external connectivities, external storage. And if the system will not support more 500 GB, then the performance will get degradations, issues. ETL tool you have to purchase in on-premises. There is SSIS tools. There's other tool, Informatica tool is there. So many things are, and you have to purchase the SQL Server license. It is not a free of cost. Whatever you're using is, whatever you are using is SQL engine is some basic level of engine you're using. That is developer edition or evaluation. But in real time, we use enterprise edition, and it will be cost based on the key basis. It will be based on key basis. You have to purchase the license, and it is very cost. So to overcome all these things, what Microsoft is suggested is they implemented a concept called the cloud. They implemented the concept called cloud to not to get purchase any kind of services or not to get maintenance separate cost, infrastructure cost. Definitely infrastructure is required if you're maintaining this data in on-premises. Separate team is required. Separate data team is required. So that is what Microsoft is suggested is, yes, we will be providing whatever the software you want. We'll provide. You want virtual machine, you no need to purchase. You no need to purchase the operating system license, Windows license. We provide. You want Linux, we'll provide Linux. You want Red Hat, we'll provide all the kind of operating systems. You just need to go and tell in the cloud. They're asking you to come to their store. They're asking you to come to their store and purchase whatever you want. Purchase means in the sense you no need to purchase full. You have to purchase like rental way. Rental way. How much you are using, how much time you stay there, how much time you are using it, pay amount that much only. Pay as you go subscription we call. And the store name, what they have given, the store name they call as Azure. So in this one, they are just asking you to come to the store, come to the Azure. They are giving whatever the service you want, whether you want service as this one, whether you want this one, whether you want this one, whatever the service you want, they are providing you for rental purpose without having any license cost. So if you want 250 GB, I can increase 250 GB. If you want 1 TB, suddenly I can increase 1 TB also. automatically the infrastructure will change, the architecture will change. But here you have to manage everything. You have to take a risk over here. For performance issues also, your team is responsible for that. And if you don't take backup, the data, if it is missed, there is very difficult to get the data backup. But here you no need to worry about that. Backup also, it keep on, it will get automatically. You no need to take any kind of backup. Microsoft itself, it will take a backup. But whatever you are storing, it is in physical on premises. But here you are using in the cloud. In the cloud also, it doesn't mean you are storing in the cloud. Yes, you are acting like a virtual. If you remember, if you are using the Google Drive, G Drive, you are having 15 GB, you can store your images, photos, documents you save in Google Drive. Where it is actually storing, we don't know. But we are using as a virtual storage account. The same way, any application you take, any kind of sort of service you take, any kind of tool or software you take, that is a physically background, there is a data center. If you want to create anything, it will ask you where you want to take a data center, in India region, in UK region, or East US you want, where you want the data center. So that in real time, we every years we have an audit. So in that audit, you can visit to this data center and you can check how they are using, what kind of policy they are using, what kind of security they are using in this data center. Whatever you're installing it physically background, they have a scripts. You are acting like a GUI. You are acting like a graphical user interface. Even non-technical person can easily create. But background, the Microsoft is working on behalf of this. They will install. If you want SQL Server, they'll install here. You don't need to do. You just need to tell what is the configuration, what sort of thing is there. You just need to tell. They will install the data center. They will install your all the details. Okay. So this is we call as public level of cloud. This is we call as public level of cloud. So in this public cloud, what people they do, any user can come to this cloud. There is no restriction of age. There is no restriction of any kind of project. Anyone can come to this public cloud, can purchase any kind of software, any kind of, we don't call here software, we call here as services or resources. We don't call here software, any kind of, if you want SQL Server, that also will call as services. If you want data lake, we call as services or resources. You want other things, yes, we take other things ETL. Whatever you want, take as services as a resources. And you pay how much you're using. If you're not using in the night times, pause that service, it will not charge. If you're not running the packages, pipelines, you no need to pay. If you're running the pipeline, if you're loading the data, pay only that amount, minimum amount. So this is like a public. So if you want to start with your project, you just need to have two things. One is your system, one is your account, one is like internet. That's it. You require one proper system, you required internet, you required, this is your system, one internet is required, and one account is required. One internet is required. To log into this one, definitely we required one account, Azure account. How to create, I'll tell you. The same way, if you consider in your company level, if you're working for IBM, if you're working for a specific company, if there is a databases, here also you have a databases. Here also you have databases you installed here. Here also you have a storage in company level. Here also many services we have. This is your on-premises company level storages. If you are hired for specific company profile, you will be added in the domain. So you will get one specific domain who associate your company. I mean, you will be associating to this company with a domain like so at the rate so and so IBM. So when you want to access any kind of database, any kind of storages, any kind of connection from your system, you cannot directly connect because they have some network. They have a private specific cloud. Only company business they can, only company people can access. This is we call as private cloud. Only company peoples can able to access. Even though if you want to access, there is some network, there is some virtual private network. So you cannot connect directly storage. First, you have to connect to their network in from your local. In local also, they will install some VPN. You have to connect to their private network, and through private network, they'll have a securities. Through that, you can connect. Here also, definitely we have a security. You cannot connect directly if you have account. If you that account is leaked, you have a user ID, your password, you cannot connect to this database. There is a security. Here also we have some sort of security. You have to tell you are the current person. You have to add your IP address over here. Some sort of security you have. So this is we call as private cloud, and this is like a public cloud. Any service, any user can come and purchase. But private cloud only within the organization. Within the organization, only those people can able to access their features, whatever it is, storage account, whether it's a virtual machine, whether it's any kind of service. Within the organization, within the domain person can access. Outsider cannot access this cloud. So nowadays, people are using combination. We call hybrid cloud. People are using combination. Okay, I heard about the data factory. Data factory is very good tool. It is a very powerful tool. It process structured data. It process unstructured data. It process semi-structured data. That I heard it. If you want to use in my local, I'll go with the combination, because let's suppose I'm working for one of the project called DRDO. This is my defense data. As we know, this Azure also, this portal also, it is handling by Microsoft, and this Microsoft also from USA company. If I store my data in the cloud, maybe the chance of rarely they can chance, nobody will see your data, but yes, it is from USA company. They have full access. So in that case, I will store my data in my databases. Whatever the data you are using to extract, I'll use this ETL tool. Some sort of service from cloud, some sort of services from your local network. Whatever the important tools are used for ETL is, I'll use from cloud, public cloud, and my data I'll store in my local storage. I'll store my data over here. Whatever the data is there, I'll store it over here. So this process we call here as hybrid cloud. Some sort of services from on-premises, some sort of services from cloud. This we call as hybrid cloud. We'll see some of, we have a requirement. We have a lift and shift concept. Lift and shift concept. There is a concept called getting the data from on-premises to cloud. How to load the data through your data factory pipelines. That time I'll show you what is a hybrid cloud. Whatever we're dealing with is this one, public cloud. And you want hybrid cloud? Yes, definitely we go with hybrid cloud. We'll see some requirements in real time. Okay. So my intention is to just explain you whenever you're going any kind of BI end-to-end process, the same implementation they used in the Azure. Nowadays, nobody using as a on-premises. Everyone they want to move to the cloud. The maintenance cost, the infrastructure, all these things we will be using in on instead of using on-premises, they're using to the clouds. So you can save all those things here. The all services you can access here very easily. And just to install the SQL Server, you have to go this many steps. You have to go this many steps. Okay. Where is that SQL Server installations? Generally, if you want to install general SQL also, you have to go through your required one setup file. You have to download the setup file. You have to go through this many steps. All these things to be updated on properly, system to be updated. If not, you have to again update all the softwares. This is your key based, and it will be only for 180 days. And like this, if you go enterprise, you'll have a key. It is very costly. The one which you are using is okay. This is normal for practicing purpose, but still the same process for enterprise also. You have to go through this many steps. But in cloud, only one single step. You in cloud, if you want to create, Only just go log into this Azure and create what service you want. Just you have to tell what server name, what database name. That's it. So these are tool is mostly GUI based. Okay. So even the people who are from background called BPO, non-technical, or some already working in Excel, already people are working in MIS, or already who are know the database or reporting tools. Okay. Or who is already working in ETL want to migrate to the data factory, it is the best tool you can migrate, and you can compare with a lot of tools. Okay. Or already experienced person also can able to switch their profile to data factory. So this profile will come under the Azure BI developers or Azure data factory developer, Azure data engineer. So in Azure there are lot of services, we have lot of services, a very big subject, lot of services, lot of softwares. Don't call your software, we call services. Okay, for just to understanding for first class I'm saying softwares, lot of services we have. So what is my background? Will I fit this background? Will I come from this background or not? If you come from these backgrounds, then go blindly these services. It is easy to go to this course, easily to crack the interviews, and yes, definitely you get a easy jobs to enter into the company MNCs. No, my background is Azure, some developer. I'm from background called Java, .NET programming. Okay, some C sharp, some .NET. So this is my programming. Then I'll go with developer position. No, I am a good at in a Azure admin, then I'll go with Azure. Definitely Azure admin also will cover. So if you people are interested, that is a separate course for Azure admin. So some part of we will be covering here also. Okay, like Azure Active Directory access and all. So people are from access role, subscription team, or maintaining the other details, access control. Those all comes under the Azure admin. Okay. So there are different roles. Again, we have Azure DevOps also. Azure DevOps. Again, these are the some operations. These have operations, merging the code, collaborations with the different developers, and we are developing in the operations part. So current situation in our courses, we don't touch this any kind of development. We only targeting to the DP203 Azure Data Factory. The key role of this course is Data Factory purely. Yes, definitely we will be covering those services like you have Azure storages account like your blob storages, your file share storages, and your what we call table storages, queues, data lakes. Again, data lakes contain different formats like a data lake Gen 1 and Gen 2. Definitely we'll be covering those points. And your data bricks, your data factory, SSIS model, and your Synapse analytics and Synapse database data warehouse is all we are covering it. Okay. So these are some basic I'm given. So there are a lot of topics we have. If you go in one topic only, there are many things we have. Okay. So lot of topics we have. So this exercise we are covering definitely before your data factory, how it is came into the market. And after that, we will be covering this data lakes, data lake analytics, data warehouse, data factory is completely purely tech form. So in my class, to be frank, I don't provide any kind of definitions notes. If you want notes, definitions, everything I prepare document, go through that. We will not waste our time to give you dictation or any kind of notes. If you want, go through it. I have prepared document step by step creation with a data, with a screenshot, how to create everything you'll have in detail level. Okay. So you can go through these documents, each and everything with the definition with step by step and screenshot. So most of this one here, we work as GUI based, but prerequisite for this course, any course, if you're going for BI tools, no tool is like with having a prerequisite called SQL account or SQL language. Same way, in our course also basic SQL is required, guys. Either DDL, DML, some basic views, procedure, that's more enough for our course. But when you go to the Power BI, when you go to some other tool, you have to write a SQL code only. In our course, whether the data is properly processed or not, we have to see. Okay, so basic request ID is SQL is required, because I don't want to hide later once you join. I don't want to say that SQL is required, you did not send me. Yes, that is what here prerequisite ID SQL is important. If you know SQL, not only this data factory, any tool you can jump, any company you can easily work on this tools. Tools maybe changes, updates you'll get new updates. Maybe tomorrow you'll get new tool. But when you know basic SQL, that's more enough. You can serve easily.
I have a question here. Is W3 school is enough for SQL?
More enough. You can easily work with the W3 schools. There's no problem. Okay, you have in YouTube also, there is a lot of sessions. Even there is a dedicatedly in our institute also, there is a Sridhar sir is there. He's going to teach only SQL. Just some
Okay.
2 or 3K it will be having. He is the person.
Yeah.
And Vinay is only taking the Power BI courses. I
Okay.
am taking completely MSBI and Azure BI. So I am holding multiple classes on Azure BI. A lot of people are asking for Azure BI. That is what this will be given to Balaji sir. So he will be taking the MSBI now. So I am taking completely only on Azure BI Data Factory purely.
So what are the competitors of Data Factory?
So currently I don't see any competitor. There is a AWS, we have a Glue, that is also, it is not like that level of competitor. That is what it is booming, huge market currently,
Yeah.
because SSI is also not that level of that data handling we have. So that is what we use as a data factory. So currently I don't see any competitor for data factory. If you go and compare with the Glue also, which is there in AWS, there is a many programming stuff you have. So if you go any kind of Microsoft products, to be frank, any kind of Microsoft product, whether you take SQL Server, whether you take Power BI, whether you take MSBI, whether you take Azure BI, it always a user-friendly products. Even non-technical also easily can work. This company is not only targeting to the technical people. This company will target always to the non-technical person also can able to work in any of the UI based. You don't know query, they'll write a UI based. You don't know Power BI, they have UI based. If you don't know MSBI, UI based. If you don't know Azure, they have UI based.
Yeah.
So that is what it is targeting to the this one UI based. Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking this question because
So tomorrow, yeah, just give me 1 minute. So tomorrow we'll see this practically. Whatever I have discussed is we'll see this in the practically tomorrow's class. Okay. Yeah, you can ask your